U.S. President Donald Trump's big charge. Trump backed his DOGE chief and Tesla CEO Elon Musk, slashing $21 million in funding to allegedly increase voter turnout in India. Trump claims with India being one of the highest tax-paying countries, it already has a lot more money. Trump says he has a lot of respect for India and Prime Minister Modi, but the U.S. doesn't need to give $21 million to India. India certainly does not need any of the United States funding, is what he said. Remember, in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, India's voter turnout was close to 66% as against close to 64% in the U.S. presidential elections.
Well, why are we giving $21 million to India? They got a lot of money. They're one of the highest taxing countries in the world in terms of us. We can hardly get in there because their tariffs are so high. I have a lot of respect for India. I have a lot of respect for the Prime Minister. He just left, as you know, 2 days ago. But we're giving $21 million for voter turnout. It's voter turnout in India. What about, like, voter turnout here? Oh, we've done that, I guess. We did 500 million, didn't we? It's called the lockboxes.
All right, so essentially Trump has said that India does not need $21 million from us, that they're a rich country and they have plenty of money. It's a country that has the highest tax, and that's the reason why that's not the kind of money they require. Remember, this after Elon Musk had essentially claimed that the U.S. had at one point in time in the year 2012 pumped money into the country in India to ensure that the voter turnout was increased. The BJP has said this is the other way of saying that this was a regime change that was getting sponsored by the U.S. at that point in time. I'm going to go across to Shashank for more details on that story. Shashank, do put Donald Trump, the president's statement, into perspective.
Well, Donald Trump has basically come out and said that, look, he of course made a comment about India's business environment and tariff structures as well, but more generally saying that India did not need this $21 million funding that was supposedly given by the United States government for raising voter turnout in U.S. elections. And of course, the Department of Government Efficiency has also stalled this amount of money going to presumably organizations in India to boost voter turnout. But it's of course become a big political controversy in India at this point in time. But the big question is, of course, where did the funding go to? When was it given? How exactly was it spent? Was the money, in fact, actually spent? Those are the details which have not found satisfactory answers at this point in time, which is why we're seeing this sort of controversy in India with the Bharatiya Janata Party raising questions about where that money went. But the American government, of course, is clear that this was a gross misuse of government funds. Of course, there are some, for example, former State Department officials saying that these are attempts at regime change, but that is not something that the American government is endorsing at this time. What they're saying is that, look, this is a waste of government resources, but they're not saying that this was in any way linked to political interference in India. So unless there is more details coming in on where exactly that money was spent, how exactly it was spent, we've already seen insinuations that the Election Commission worked with some American government-funded think tanks, but then the former Election Commissioner, S.Y. Qureshi, came out and addressed those concerns and said that, look, this was for foreign election officials to be trained in India. There was no money changing hands. So any accusation of $21 million being given to the Election Commission is incorrect. So at this point in time, there's such a lack of details on this story that the political controversy is heating up.
Absolutely. Very few details, but more controversy, and it's playing out in India as well.